Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to study another English writer, Edward Verrall Lucas. So let us begin. Edward Verrall Lucas was born on June 11, 1868 and died on 26 June 1938, was an English humorist, essayist, playwright, biographer, publisher, poet, novelist, short story writer, and editor. He was born to a Quaker family in Eltham on the fringes of London. Lucas began work at the age of 16, apprenticed to a bookseller. After that, he turned to journalism and worked on a local paper in Brighton and then on a London evening paper. He was commissioned to write a biography of Bernard Barton, the Quaker poet. This led to further commissions, including the editing of the works of Charles Lamb. Lucas joined the staff of the humorous magazine Punch. The name of the magazine was Punch in 1904 and remained there for the rest of his life. He was a prolific writer, most celebrated for his short essays, but he also produced verses, novels, and plays. From 1908 to 1924, Lucas combined his work as a writer with that of publisher, reader of Methuen and Company. In 1924, he was appointed chairman of the company. Lucas was born in Eltham, Kent, the second son of the four sons and three daughters of Alfred Lucas and his wife Jane Drivet. The Lucases were a Quaker family, and the young Lucas was educated at Friends School in Saffron Walden. His father's financial incompetence prevented Lucas from going to a university, and at the age of 16 he was apprenticed to a Brighton bookseller. In 1889, Lucas joined the staff of the Sussex Daily News. The following year, he published anonymously his first volume of poems, Sparks from a Flint. With financial help from an uncle, he moved to London to attend lectures at University College, after which he joined the staff of the Globe, one of the London's evening papers. His duties there allowed him a great deal of spare time, and he read extensively in the reading room of the British Museum. In 1897, he married Florence Elizabeth Gertrude, daughter of Colonel James Theodore Griffin of the United States Army. There was one child of the marriage, Audrey Lucas, who became an actor, playwright, and novelist. His wife, Elizabeth Lucas, was a writer, and husband and wife collaborated on several children books. Lucas' Quaker background led to a commission from the Society of Friends for a biography of Bernard Barton, the Quaker poet and friend of Charles Lamb. The success of the book was followed by further commissions from leading publishers. The most important of these commissions was a new edition of Lamb's works, which eventually amounted to 7 volumes with an associated biography, all published between 1903 and 1905. His biographer Catherine Kobuk writes, these works established him as a critic and his life of Charles Lamb is considered seminal. In 1904, while in the middle of his work on Lamb, he joined the staff of Punch. Remaining there for more than 30 years, Lucas introduced his Punch colleague A. Milne to the illustrator E.H. Shepherd, with whom Milne collaborated on two collections of verse and the two Winnie the Pooh books. Lucas was prolific. By Max Beerbohm's estimation, he spoke fewer words than he wrote. Lucas's Punch colleague E.V. Knox commented, Lucas's publications include many anthologies and about 30 collections of light essays on almost any subject that took his fancy, and some of the titles which he gave them: Listener's Lure, 1905, One Day and Another, 1909, Old Lamp for New, 1911, Loiterer's Harvest, 1913, Cloud and Silver, 1916, A Rover I Would Be, 1928. These anthologies indicate sufficiently the lightness, gaiety, and variety of their contents. He wrote travel books, parodies, books about painters, and about the painters he said, I know very little about pictures, but I like to write about them for benefit of those who know less. Frank Swinnerton wrote of him, Lucas had a long association with publishing house Methuen and Company, which published his edition of Lamb. From 1908 to 1924, he was a reader for the firm. In 1924, he was appointed its chairman, a post he occupied with considerable success. Lucas received honorary degrees from the universities of St. Andrews and Oxford, and was appointed member of the Order of the Companions of Honor in 1932. Lucas was appointed a member of the Royal Commissions on the Historical Monuments of England in 1928, and from 1933 until his death he was a member of the Crown Lands Advisory Committee. In his later years, Lucas cut his domestic ties and lived alone, spending his evening in restaurants and clubs and developing a wide collection of pornography. He was a member of the Athenaeum, Beefsteak Bucks, and the Garrick. When he was stricken with his final illness, he steadfastly refused to allow his friends into his sick room. Lucas died in a nursing home in Marylebone, London, at the age of 70. So, friends, this is the biography of Edward Verrall Lucas. We will meet in the next lecture with another eminent writer. Till then, keep studying. Bye bye.